I've got Mickey Mouse in the background. Can you see it?
Oh, cool. Yeah, is that Goofy behind him or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice one.
Not that heavy, but cute.
That's cool. So, whereabouts in the world are you at the moment? Are you at home or?
Yeah, actually, my own living room. I've got an ordinary job as well, but I took a day off this Friday because there are a lot of people calling from Australia. So I'm at my own house for the
Yeah,
moment.
nice. Cool. Oh, good, eh?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Awesome. Well,
Mm-hmm.
look, yeah, and if it's cool, I wouldn't mind going back right to the beginning, back in
Yeah,
80.
I'm okay with
Yeah.
anything, man. No
Yeah.
problems.
So easy. No, good to hear, man.
Yeah.
So, so yeah, back in '86, you're on the Epicus Doomicus Metallicus album.
Yeah.
How'd you get together with Candlemass back then?
Yeah, we were a couple of guys in. I live in a suburb called Jakobsberg here in Sweden, and the Candlemass guy they came from Väsby, Upplands Väsby, and we're pretty much next to each other. There was a lot of music going on in Väsby, for example, Yngwie Malmsteen,
Oh,
and in Jakobsberg as well. And I had my own band at that point, and another guy here from Jakobsberg. He was doing the drums with Candlemass for the moment, and one day he asked me if I want to join the band Candlemass, and I said. Oh, I've got my own band, and I'm writing songs and stuff like that. So that is where my heart is for the moment. And he told the guys in Candlemass, and I was talking to them too about it. But it was a pretty big thing to do a record back in the 1980s. It's not exactly the same as it is today with all the new technology. So I said I would love to help you out, guys, but I want to be honest to you. I've got my own band for the moment, and that is where my heart is. And but they say, well, we want you to do the album anyway, if it's okay with you. And I said, for sure. And that's about how it started in the very beginning. And then, of course, we've been friends through all the years. And I've done a couple of demos for them when they were looking for another singer. So we've always been good friends, and I've done a couple of shows during the years now between as well. So yeah,
yeah. No, that's cool. I'm talking
yeah,
about your own music back then. Is that Jonah Quiz? Is that your thing you
yeah.
listen to?
Actually,
Yeah,
that was the band at that time. Yeah, right.
yeah, yeah.
You're right. Yeah,
No,
we were doing pretty well actually, but unfortunately, it didn't turn up well in the very end. But that's the way it is for so many bands. But you have to work hard, and if you've not been successful, you may be when you're getting closer to the 60.
yeah, sure. Yeah, man.
I've been into music in one way or another for all of my life. So music has always been a part of me and my life.
Cool.
And I've been doing things with other bands during the time between as well. So, and I've got my own small home studio, and I have had that one since when the Cubase it was kind of Atari systems in the very beginning. I was sitting there writing songs. So yeah, I've been into music in one way or another.
Yeah, that's
But
cool.
not on big stages as we do with Candlemass for the moment.
Yeah, sure. So,
Yeah.
so 2018, 32 years after that first album, the guys ask you back in officially. How did that all happen?
Uh, you mean when they called me up for the Door to Doom album?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I have a big family. I have 4 kids, and now I've actually have got 8 grandchildren as well. So,
Wow, yeah.
but they're all grown ups now, so they've left home. And when Mappe was calling me up, it was actually the perfect time because no, I've got no more responsibilities in the way that I had before. So I'm free to do whatever I want, pretty much. And I said, yeah, absolutely. If I like the songs, to like what you're doing is the most important thing for me. I would never do stuff that I don't think is good, for sure. That's very important. And he called me up and asked me if I wanted to join the band as a full member, and I said, yeah. As I told you, if I like the songs, I'm in. And we actually went to the studio the very next day, and I could listen to the songs, and I said, wow, they're great songs. Can we start a recording right away? And so we did. So we actually started the recording pretty much the very next day. But there is another thing too. We were in a very big hurry because we had a couple of gigs to do just within. I think the record had to be finished within 3 weeks or something,
Mm.
and then after that, straight out on the road to do a couple of shows. So it was stressful, but a lot of fun. It's always fun recording great songs.
Yeah, of course. And then on that album, The Door to Doom, you got Tony Iommi on there as well. That's pretty amazing. Playing on the
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Asteros.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he,
Had had
he's he, he's the grandfather of heavy riffs,
yeah, yeah.
for sure. And
Um
you want to know the story behind that? I
yeah,
think,
how'd that come
yeah,
about?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I think
yeah.
Leif was talking to Mapp, and he said it would be awesome to have Tony doing a guitar solo on this record, and Mapp and other people, they were saying no, he won't do that. But Leif said, I'll send him an email anyway, and he said yes. And it was huge, especially for Leif, because he's been a great Black Sabbath fan for all his life. So that's amazing. And if Tony is the grandfather of heavy riffs, Leif is not that far behind. He has a couple of brutal riffs as well.
No, cool. So talking about Sabbath and other bands, what have you been listening to lately? What kind of stuff?
Lately, I'm an old-fashioned guy. I've got my old favorites, and it all started up when I found Sad Wings of Destiny with Judas Priest. That's when I was thinking you should start a band. That would be awesome. And then later on, I found Rainbow and Black Sabbath, and you know, it wasn't for me doing vocals. That was not how it was supposed to be in the very beginning. We started up a band, and all the instruments, they were already taken. So the only thing that was left was the vocals. So that's why I'm into vocals. And I loved Rob Halford, and then I found Dio, and then later on, I really do like Geoff Tate, Queensryche as well. So these guys have made a big impression on me, for sure. I
Mm.
can't deny that. But but it's strange in a way because I can't sing the way they sing. But they've inspired me a lot.
Yeah,
They're
that's cool.
much more high pitched vocalists than I am. So, but they've I've listened to so many songs from these guys.
Yeah, cool. That's and vocal wise, that's cool. You're doing your thing, like it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, when you're doing vocals yourself, you have to like the singer on the music that you're listening to. That's very important.
Hmm.
But of course there are a lot of different characters doing vocals, but it has to be something that, what do you say, excites you in one way or another.
Yeah, cool. So 2020, the Pendulum EP comes out, and now 18th of November, just next Friday's time, we've got Sweet Evil Sun album coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the relevance of the title Sweet Evil Sun? Where did that come from?
We've been talking about that, and in one way or another, this is my explanation about it. Let's say the sun is a symbol for success, and all the things that you wish for, and to reach success, it doesn't matter what it is. It's if you want to build a house, or if you want to be a musician, or whatever it is, it takes hard work. And if you don't realize that it takes hard work, you may fail. And uh, yeah, that's pretty much a kind of love and hate relationship. Leif has told me that and you don't have to be naive and get hybris during the way to your fulfill your dreams. You have to stay grounded in a way. And I don't know if you know, but Leif said that in the very beginning it started up with a kind of Icarus theme. And what is an Icarus theme? It's something about uh, a daddy and his son is put into jail, and his father is making him wings of honey,
Hmm.
and all of a sudden they are able to be free. He's able to be free, but his father tells him that don't fly too close to the sun because your wings will melt. But he's naive, and he does not listen to his father. And one day he's flying too close to the sun, and he's falling down in the sea, and then it's all over. So uh, yeah, that's one of the things too.
Yeah, cool.
So
And
kind of a love and hate relationship, and treat it respectfully, and maybe you'll find the light, and you're successful in the very end.
yeah, cool. And the single Scandinavian Gods. What's that song about?
Yeah, actually, it was pretty funny because one guy that I was talking to, he thought it was about all the metal heads and musicians in Sweden and
Hmm.
Norway and the Scandinavia.
Hmm.
But I don't think so. I haven't been digging that deep into that song, but it's a cool title, and it's supposed to be a kind of a, I don't know what it's called, a battle song that
Hmm.
unite people in one way or another.
Yeah, that's cool.
And yeah,
Hmm.
something like that.
Yeah, cool. So with the writing on the new album, like is Leaf kind of doing everything, or are you guys collaborating at all?
Of course, we're collaborating, but he is the main writer, and he's working a lot with the songs. So he has got a vision of how it is supposed to be. But of course, when we're in the studio doing the recordings, uh, I sometimes get a bit crazy. I'm getting high on the music, and I'm playing around, trying out different kind of styles. vocals, and sometimes he likes it, and sometimes he does not. So yeah, he's the main writer, but he's open-minded to cool cool things. If I'm doing anything that he think it's cool.
Yeah, no, nice one. So you guys have got some festival shows coming up, the Hammer of Doom and the another one in Sweden.
Yeah.
When you play those live shows, are you ever playing some of the back catalogue that you didn't sing on originally?
Yeah, actually, every single time
Mm.
I do, Well of Souls, Mirror Mirror, Bewitched, and a lot of Messiah songs, and sometimes Dark Reflections. And why? Simply because they're great songs, even
Yeah.
though I didn't do them in the very beginning. And I've actually met all the other singers that has been in Candlemass, but Messiah. But I'll meet him. I'll actually meet him next week, and that would be a nice meeting. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're great guys and great performers, all of them. So
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. So,
yeah.
do you sort of how can I ask? Do you do your own take on those songs, or are you kind of like sticking to the way they did it?
No, 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 no. I'm not the guy trying to copy someone else. I listen to the song, and of course, there is a red line in every song. I have to stick to the very red line, of course. But I'm not Messiah, and I'm Johan, and I have to do it the Johan way. But
Yeah,
stick to the red line, and sometimes I put on something more.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. That's cool.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So we've got the album coming out and some shows. Are there plans to keep going? Have you got another sort of album in the future at some point?
Yeah, I think as long as we think this is fun and we're having a good time, and we've done pretty well, in my opinion, the late 4 years with all these records now, and our ambition for the next year is to do as many festivals as possible. But there is a problem, of course, with a line of bands that has been waiting since the COVID period. So, but hopefully we will do a lot of festivals next year. And as I told you, as long as this is fun, and it is fun, I really have a good time for the moment. I hope we continues
Yeah, man.
this. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, look, I know it's a long way, but I hope you make it to Australia at some point, man. That'd be great.
Yeah, I would love to go to Australia. We were in Tasmania, and it's sad that we couldn't get more shows on the when we flew over there. So I would love to do shows in Australia. It's an amazing country, and I really think the people are awesome. They're so cool people. At least the ones that I've met.
Yeah, yeah, cool.
Wherever you are, hey mate. So there.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah,
you are
cool.
you are cool people.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, cool. Awesome. Well, look, Johan, it's very cool that the original Candlemass vocalist is well and truly back. It's really cool, man. And thanks heaps for your time. Good luck with the touring, and I'm looking forward to what comes next, man.
Thank you for calling me up. It was nice talking to you, Benjamin, and thank you for everything.
So easy. Thanks a lot, man. Have a good one.
Thanks a lot. Bye bye.
See ya.